go.
Something cool here with the Swellers. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Good, good. How's the work trip treating you so far?
It's been awesome. It's been a lot of work. Anybody who's been on Warped Tour, they know it's just all day. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You're just busting your butt, and I'm tour managing the band as well.
Oh, wow.
As, playing in the band. So there's a couple other responsibilities. I'm also part-time driver of our big bandwagon, which is a lot of fun to drive, but I had to drive it through Canada for the last 3 days and in Michigan, so I'm a little tired today.
Oh, I bet.
So probably no roller coasters for me.
It's got to be a full schedule for you then. I mean, you got a lot of cards you're playing for this tour.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just played at 4 p.m., did a little signing at 4:35, and then I was here by 5 to do some press, and I go eat some food. Then I didn't time this right. I gotta go eat, and then I gotta work out with some guys right after I eat. That's not gonna be fun.
Oh, wow.
Whatever, it's okay. It's part of the job, I guess.
I understand you guys just released one of your EPs, is that right?
Yeah, we released an EP last year called Running Out of Places to Go, and we self-released it. We recorded it in my house. It was kind of like a therapeutic move that we just needed to do. We used to be on Fueled by Ramen Records, which is very major label oriented.
Right.
And we left them. We just didn't feel at home. It wasn't quite working out, so we wanted to just do it 100% DIY, and we did. And it was great. And then we took a little bit of a break of touring for the first time in 7 years. We took 6 or 7 months off.
Oh, wow.
So it's been tour ever since high school ended, basically.
Right.
I haven't had a normal life. I don't know what it's like to be at home for more than 3 months at a time. So after that, I was like, okay, I think it's time for a label again, just because it's a lot of work. So No Sleep Records out of Huntington Beach, California. Chris, the guy who owns it, been a good friend of ours for a long time, always bugging us, sign with me, let's do a record. So this time we were just like, all right, let's do it. And he said he wanted to re-release the EP that we did. He thinks it deserved more circulation. And we said, all right. So slapped a couple acoustic versions of the songs on it as well, and we're selling that at Warped Tour. And then putting out a new record in the fall, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
So definitely keeping busy though.
Yeah, trying to just be prolific, keep things moving, and just always working. That's our mantra. Just get in the van, go, put out a record, go on tour, put out a record, go on tour. That's all we like to do.
So it's going to be non-stop for you guys for quite a while. I mean, you got Warped Tour now, just did the re-release, and then you guys got something coming out in the fall, so it's definitely going to be a tour after that to keep on pushing.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got Brazil right after Warped Tour with Story of the Year.
Oh,
That's
wow.
going to be fun. Just like a little, it's almost like a vacation, just go hang out with those guys and like a cool foreign country. And then in the fall there'll be a tour to coincide with the release of the record, and we're gonna try to do something a little bit special for the tour. It's still in the works, still planning it out, but I'm just kind of tired at the moment of doing the same venues, the same bands, the same types of tours.
Right.
It's like I played a million laundromats, I played a million VFW halls, I played small arenas, I played clubs. It's all kind of the same after a while, so we want to try to do something more intimate, just cooler, really just give back, kind of get back to our roots for a minute and just kind of take a deep breath and just enjoy what we're doing a lot more.
Everyone thinks that being in a band is going to be the best time ever, but they got to realize that it's a job though too, you know what I mean? I mean, going on the road, like you said, you don't know what it's like to be at home more than 3 months at a time.
Right.
When you're touring like this, it's not like, hey, I get to go visit, for instance, the Falls because you're close here, or this or that, because you're just, you know what I mean?
Constantly moving. Warped Tour is a bubble. You pull in, you're here for 12 to 15 hours, and then you pull out.
Right.
And then, you don't really get to go do much. On other tours, it's a little cooler. You get to, on a day off, you might get to do some cool, fun stuff. But being in a band, it's a lot of hard work. There's people who sit at home at their desk job and they fantasize about being in a rock and roll band. I'm almost the opposite. I'm just every once in a while, I'm like, that'd be so cool to make the same amount of money every week.
Right.
That would be so cool. It'd be so cool to go to home to my fiance every night. That'd be, and so everybody, the grass is greener on the other side, but I'm trying to get the good sides of both worlds, just kind of tour, and we're going to start touring just smart instead of touring more often from now on. So if there's a really great tour, we're going to do it. We're going to do it well. We're not just going to take any old tour. We're not just going to go out for no reason.
Right.
We're going to try to, live a life at home and do our thing, and then go on tour when we need to and just totally destroy it.
Well, with the industry it is now, you definitely have to keep on touring though when you got something new coming out.
Absolutely.
So you're not making the money selling your CDs because there's so many people that are out like, oh, I like that one track. Click.
Yeah.
Download.
Exactly. And it's a little bit tougher, so we got to be in your face. You have to get people to know us as people.
Right.
And that's super important. And being on tour all the time, I can pay my rent. It's awesome. But I'm paying my rent for a house that I don't get to live in.
Right.
So it's like I come home and I'm like, oh yeah, well, that tour paid for that month that I didn't even get to be here. So it's a little bit frustrating sometimes. So luckily, we can kind of make enough money to maybe pay for 2 months of rent on a tour.
Right.
So you get to actually enjoy the 1 month that you are home.
Yeah, definitely.
It really depends on the tour. We luckily really haven't ever lost money doing a tour, broken even, and we're kind of like, yeah, whatever, it's fun.
Right.
But you get to a certain age and you just can't do it anymore.
It gets monotonous. It's
Yeah,
just,
absolutely.
Too much.
But yeah, for now we're still loving it, just out there having fun. And just writing good songs and playing good shows. That's all we can do, and it's up to everybody else to catch on, and hopefully one day they do. We've been a band for almost 11 years now, so
Right.
got started really young, been touring for 7. Yeah, hoping the next record, it'll open up some new doors.
Now, for those out there that want to keep on track where the tour's going to stop next, what's next for you guys, things like that, what's the best route for them to see it?
Well, we're all on Twitter and Facebook and all that kind of stuff, so if people go check that out. We're constantly posting what's coming up, and we're pretty social on the internet when it comes to everybody. And if people have questions, we like to answer them, unless it's a dumb question, like don't ask, when are you coming to this city? If it's not on the website, we're not coming right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Or we haven't announced it. Just hold your horses. Like when we announce a tour with tour dates, don't ask, why no Costa Rica? It's because this is a U.S. tour. We're not just gonna go to Costa Rica. So there's a lot of that kind of stuff. But for the most part, we have a really cool relationship with people who dig our band, and it's just a lot of fun that way. And we'll be posting all the updates just on the internet, and hopefully there'll be press releases, on all the major, kind of punk news websites and stuff.
Especially now with the new label, they're gonna go full force to do.
Yeah, hopefully they do. And the cool thing is they're friends, so if they're not working, we can call them up and go, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hang up on them. You should see the email chains between us and the label. We're calling each other names, we're saying terrible things to each other, goofing off. And it's like, this is great.
Yeah.
This is awesome. With the major label, it's like you would email, they would send it to someone else, who would send it to someone else, and then 2 weeks later you'd hear back and it'd be a no. And we're like, okay, back to square one. It really hurt us in the long run. We need things like this. We called them No Sleep Records. We said, we need posters for Warped Tour.
Right.
Put this logo on it. They go, okay, we'll see what we can do. 2 hours later, they had a mock-up, and they were like, this is what it's going to look like. Is that cool? We said, yeah, that's great. They go, cool. They'll be printed by tomorrow. We're like, how do you do that? Is that even physically possible? We rolled into their offices the next day, picked up all of the posters, and we've never experienced anything like that before. So yeah, they're just on the ball. They have everything on lock, and makes our job a little bit easier because it's stressful.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Everything we have to do. So
Well,
good people.
It's nice we got someone tailoring to your needs too. You know what I mean? Instead of just
Absolutely.
being a cog in the big machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems like they're definitely focusing more on you, which is
Definitely.
going to be a good relationship for both.
Yeah, it helps that they were fans first and friends next, and then we became fans and friends of theirs. And yeah, it's just very mutual. We're going to help them out as much as they can help us out. But always looking for someone to work as hard for us as we are for them. And that's all we ask.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a good relationship for sure.
Absolutely.
So, enjoy the tour. I'm looking forward to what's coming up next for you guys.
Thank you very much.
And
Appreciate it.
the actual way to get a hold of you, the Facebook /
I think just if you type in the Swellers on Google, you'll get to
get
something.
everything right there.
You'll get to something. Back in 11 years ago, you'd find some really weird German sex sites when you type in the
I was
Swellers.
going to say, with the Swellers, you might get something you're not looking forward to, so.
11 years later, luckily, our band's done enough that we are the first, 40,000 hits. So you won't run into any trouble. Check it out. You'll find us.
Cool. All right, man.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.